So I have a question. Can spooky/horror games be cozy? This thought first struck me last October when I streamed Little Nightmares 1 and 2. Now, while Little Nightmares is undeniably scary, I couldn't help but sometimes find their aesthetic really cute and sometimes even beautiful. You mix that in with a really good storyline, and I feel like I had a pretty cozy time. We've also seen titles such as Dredge and Spiritfarer become very popular amongst our community, which leads me to believe that cozy gaming is deeper than just farming and life simulations. So let's explore some upcoming spooky titles that I think are redefining cozy gaming. And by the end of this video, maybe you'll have a game that you're looking forward to playing this spooky season or in the spooky seasons to come. And just as a side note, don't forget to comment below and tell me which one of these spooky/horror games you're interested in playing, or if you even agree with the fact that spooky horror games could be cozy. So let's go ahead and jump right in. All right, so the first and one of the most exciting on this list for me is Reka. And if you haven't seen, Reka is a absolutely beautiful looking game. It has this very interesting storybook type of art style, but you can tell it has a very spooky ambience. For example, in a lot of the environments, there's lighting, of course, but there's still a level of like darkness. Now in Reka, the main focus is you channeling your inner witch. The premise is also based on a witch called Baba Yaga, which I looked up, and Baba Yaga is very interesting, very spooky witch. Apparently in some stories she is a hero or helps out a hero, and in other stories she's very like disgusting and a very creepy witch. But either way, you solve these quests that uncover the great mysteries of the legendary witch Baba Yaga. So all the things you can do in the game are building a cozy chicken-legged hut, which looks really cool because it's very different from what I think we've seen in a lot of games, but your house is on top of a chicken body. You'll see in the video. But it looks like there's an element of decorating and building and crafting. You also get to practice witchcraft and forge ingredients in the woodlands, and so you have everything that we love in a game: crafting, decorating, exploring, and witchcraft, which we all love some witchcraft in a game. I don't know about you, but I do love a little element of magic. There was a demo that was available to play, but I held off on playing the demo because demos for these games have kind of been turning me off a little bit lately, so I'm excited to play the game as it's released into early access. Now, most exciting is that Reka is actually releasing on the 12th of this month, so in September, and I am very excited because I am definitely going to be streaming this one on my channel, and I can't wait to share it with my community. Next on our cozy horror list is By Sweet Carol. Now, if you are a Disney Dreamlight Valley fan, which I know a lot of you guys in my community are, this one is very interesting. The best way I can describe it is a mix between Little Nightmares and Disney Dreamlight Valley, or just Disney in general. It's a chilling narrative horror game inspired by classic animation movies. You follow the whereabouts of Carol Simmons to uncover the dark truth behind the Bunny Hall orphanage. And this one I'm really sad about, y'all, because it was meant to release, I believe, in 2024, and I just recently checked and saw that I think the date got pushed back to 2025, which I am all for you perfecting a game, so take the time that you need, but I was really looking forward to playing this one, especially with how excited I was about Little Nightmares. Now, this one is a 2D platformer. The art style is super unique. I love that it is very dark in a lot of ways, and it has a very spooky element to it, especially when you see some of the characters that you are hiding or running from. It looks to be that you'll be using the environment around you to hide, like in closets or in different areas. It also looks like you can transform into a bunny, which will help you get around in the game. Based on the trailers and what I've seen so far, I really do think this one could fall in that cozy category. It's definitely going to be on the level of spooky I think that Little Nightmares is on, but if you take into consideration the environment and also the fact that it feels very Disney-esque, I think those elements of cozy could be very inviting to certain people, and I think it's going to be interesting to figure out whatever this dark truth is that's happening in Bunny Hall Orphanage. I think even more exciting is the fact that this game is being released on all platforms, including Nintendo Switch. So we've got PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PC. So this one is one that everybody can enjoy depending on what platform you have available to you at home. But if you are a fan of dark fantasy, story-driven, or narrative-heavy games, this one could be one that's right up your alley. Now, with you guys knowing knowing I'm a big fan of the Little Nightmares series, you know that I could not go through this video without including Little Nightmares 3. As I mentioned at the start of the video, I have played Little Nightmares 1 and 2. The storylines are absolutely excellent. The graphics are so good and the storyline is insane. I mean, just like such a great storyline. I really felt like I was playing through a movie, so I have nothing less but great expectations for Little Nightmares 3. Now, if you're not familiar with the Little Nightmares games, they are platformer, like puzzle platformer horror games. So there's a lot of running away and very intense situations. There's a lot of hiding and there's a lot of puzzles that you need to figure out in order to like get to the next step or the next place in the storyline. They are very, very exciting, I guess you could say. They are on the spookier side, I feel like. Definitely on the spookier side. Now, in Little Nightmares 3, we're embarking on a brand new adventure. You follow the journey of Lo and Alone as they search for a path that could lead them out of nowhere. Face your childhood fears together with a friend in online co-op or in solo with an AI companion, which is just so interesting. I love the idea that we could play with a friend though this time, because in Little Nightmares 2 you did play alongside a friend who would help you to you would pull them up, or they help you to get to different areas, so you kind of work together with this little friend, which I thought was really, really cute. So being able to play this with an actual friend or even with an AI companion sounds very, very interesting to me. And again, I was very disappointed because this one was supposed to release this year, I think around this time, and unfortunately it did get pushed back, which again I can appreciate because please perfect it, but we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for Little Nightmares 3. So again, I'm very much so looking forward to the spooks and the scares and the screams that this one will probably drag out of me in the coziest of environments. But let me know what you guys think about Little Nightmares, or if you've even played Little Nightmares 1 or 2. But I will be streaming this one when it comes out, so something to keep an eye out on my channel if you're interested in that. So number 4 on this list is a game called Hunty, and this one is very interesting because it's not a game or a type of game that I've ever played before. It's a chill multi-directional shooter. It's got elements of a multi-directional shooter, I guess, and the art style is very, very unique, I think, for this one. It's a little bit like Cult of the Lamb, but maybe just a bit more artistic in a way. But Hunty is an action adventure about a ghost journey through the afterlife, possess enemies and the environment, and fend off hostile spirits in pursuit of starry fragments from a past life. So this one is set in the afterlife. It's got a very interesting world that you traverse through. From what I can see in the trailer of this video, you are moving throughout the world with a friend that has like a little halo over the head, giving very angel vibes, while you maybe are a little bit of this darkness. I think the storyline of this one could be really sweet or very cute, depending on what they mean by journey through the afterlife to find fragments from your past life. So essentially, if you're interested in a game that has a unique art style, has some puzzles, and even some light combat, this game may be for you. And I think it has a storyline that's likely going to pull on our heartstrings, because it seems like there's some emotional elements in there too. So let me know what you guys think about Hunty. It was released in October of 2023, so it's available to purchase right now for about $20 on Steam. It's also available on multiple platforms, including Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch, in addition to PC. So a good one for everyone to check out if it's something that you're interested in. Now, I did want this list to have a variety of different games that would fall into this cozy, spooky, genre. So this next one, or number 5 on our list, is called Strange Antiquities, and it's a 2D point-and-click adventure/mystery game. It has those dark elements to it, and I think it's the perfect game, depending on what platforms it will be released on, to just sit back and relax playing. Now, let's talk about what this game is about. It's a custodian in a store dealing in occult antiquities. Explore the quaint and gloomy town of Undermere, where strange things are happening and dark mysteries are all around. You find and identify arcane artifacts, use your collection to aid the townsfolk with their unusual problems, and you also have a pet cat. And you get to pet your pet cat, which, there's nothing that screams cozy gaming more than having a pet, especially a cat, to take care of. I like the fact that you're going to be running this shop and helping to figure out what these artifacts are about, and it looks like you'll have some sets of tools that will help you kind of inspect these artifacts to figure out what the puzzle is behind each item. There also seems to be some elements of choices in the game which affect kind of like the ending of your story, and I think you can have multiple endings in this one, so this does have an element of like replayability, and I don't know, I'm very excited about maybe taking a look at this one. And with no release date, I don't really know when we can expect to see more about the game, but I will be keeping my eye on this one as it would be the perfect game for a spooky holiday season. Now on to number 6 on our list, and this one was so interesting because Stardew Valley, Fields of Mystria, is that you? No, it's actually not. It has the pixel art graphics that we all know and love that we associate with so many cozy games, but this one has a little bit of a dark side to it. The name of this one is called Dreamed Away, and it's an emotional action-adventure RPG with some horror elements. We will be playing as Theo, who is this boy who is lost in the dark of this mysterious world, and we have to explore unique realities, duel against darkness in a unique fast-paced combat system, and you have to be mindful of your choices too, which I always love in a game, giving you an option of different choices to choose. And some of this combat looks like little mini games almost, which looks very interesting, but this one is definitely on the spooky side, and it's so interesting that we are seeing more games combine those pixelated graphics that are so cozy with some horror elements. There is a darkness to the world as you walk around and explore, and it looks like you also are going to have some very emotional elements in times, because it looks like you can collect some friends with you as you kind of move through the storyline. Some of those friends may not stay the entire time, so this one could be one that pulls on the heartstrings as well. But let's be honest, what screams cozy horror than a pixel art game like this set in this mysterious spooky world? I don't know, I feel like it definitely falls into the genre. You guys let me know. Now the only thing about Dreamed Away that I'm so sad about is that it's releasing in Q1 of 2025 from what I can see, which isn't exactly during spooky season, but I definitely think it's one that you can either wait to play until the holiday season or just jump right in if you're looking for something with a spooky vibe. So looking forward to seeing what the release date is going to be for this one, and I'm also looking forward to playing it when it does come out. Now on to the last game on the list, which is a story-rich indie game called Spiral. Now Spiral made its way into this spooky horror cozy category because of its art style. It feels very dark but also very beautiful at the same time, and at first look I thought this was actually like a spooky or scary game, and I guess depending on who you are this could be kind of spooky to play, but it's basically a third-person narrative exploration game that shares a poetic vision of cognitive degeneration. Step into the shoes of Bernard as you help him and support him while braving his unraveling mind and reliving his most treasured moments. So the art style and my first impressions I think line up a bit because it is based on cognitive degeneration, which can be kind of dark and very sad, but I think that there is definitely going to be some heartstrings pulled on this one because you're helping him to relive these treasured moments, which I think can be very beautiful and very cozy and comforting. So this one is definitely going to be one that's not for everybody. You have to be emotionally prepared, I think, to play this game. I think I'm going to give this one a look because it does seem very interesting, and I absolutely love the art style. Like the art style is very, very beautiful. I also think this is one of those games that could be healing for some people, or maybe even provide clarity for people who have, you know, family members who've experienced cognitive degeneration as well. So it definitely depends on who you are, but I think it's an interesting title, and I'm really looking forward to taking a first look at this game when it comes out on September 20th of this year. You can wishlist this game right now on Steam, and it's also on all platforms including Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo Switch, and PC. So let me know what you guys think about Spiral in the comments below. All right friends, so what do we think? After seeing this list of 7 different games, do you think these could fall into the category of cozy, even with their spooky / horror elements? Some even emotional in their own rights as well. Let me know in the comments below if you're looking forward to any one of these games, and I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up or share it with a friend, and until next time, I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.